From the TADA Theatre in the historic Haymarket, it's Lincoln Late Night Live, the holiday episodes. Tonight, Dr. Doolittle himself from the Lincoln Children's Zoo, John Chapo. Musical guest and Gaston lookalike, Michael Tully. A fellow with a nice ace in the hole, Lyn Leach. Music from the one and only Jackie Allen. I'm Rod Fowler along with Bill Maltus and the 88 Keys. And now, the two clerks that messed up my order at the pickup window. Here's Julie Burney and Bob Rook.
Hey!
Good evening.
Hello.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Julie
Happy
Burney,
holidays.
everybody.
Bob Rook. Hey.
We are
thank
dressed
you.
as Christmas ornaments.
Yes,
this is
we are.
great. This is what I get for dressing in the dark. This looks black back there, but not so.
You look hot. Well, I mean, like, hot.
Not yet, but I
yeah,
will.
mean, you know what I
Thank you.
mean. Anyway, this is Bob Rook. He is a professional in many things, but he was a touring comedian when we used to work together many years ago, and he opened for
Louis
Louis
Black, you bet.
and
Norm
Norm
Macdonald,
Macdonald,
Mr.
among
Leno.
many.
Yes, and this is Julie Burney, my stunt double. All around fine. It'll get better, we promise. They're excited for the animals,
That's
apparently.
right. They're
But
here for the animals.
Julie's great talent, all-around inspirational humorist, right?
That's me.
National.
National award-winning.
Awesome.
Thank
How about
you.
that?
That's right.
Huh? Yes. Julie and I, we thank you guys for being here. We really do. It means a lot to us. We had a great show last night. We did.
We did.
And then we got hired for a corporate gig in Wyoming, and we just got
zipped
back
out there. That's right. We
just
zipped
got
out there
back
in between.
to here.
Yeah. Well,
we had to fly back, and that was a great flight. We landed at Grand Island International Airport. Ooh.
Yeah.
The flight wasn't
It wasn't
bad.
that bad, right?
No, but when we had to stop to dust crops,
Yeah,
that
that was
pissed
a
me off
problem.
just a
That
little
was a
bit. That was
problem, yeah.
weird. Turned
But-
out the dome light, we dropped 30,000 feet. That was great. So, don't want to say that didn't have a lot of power.
The weird thing is when we were speaking out there, when they introduced us, they booed us on our way up.
Yeah.
And so I said, "Are you booing me because I'm a Husker?" And they went, "Yes." And I said, "Well, you know, I never actually played for the team, so we got that straightened out right away." So anyway, we got back into Grand Island and we had to get a rental car, right?
We did.
Yeah.
Julie drove part of the way here. I had a little fun, though, I will admit. I did this while Julie was driving. I did this to cars passing us going down the interstate.
I thought they were looking at me because they recognized me, and then I realized what he was doing.
What I was
so.
doing, but it was quite fun.
Yeah.
But here we
Well,
are.
we
We're
always
back
have
here in
fun.
Lincoln. We're
Yep,
good. We're
that's
good. We're
right.
back home. We made it okay.
And we always traditionally try to kind of have fun with each other like that, and it's like the holidays. You
It
have
is.
holidays traditions, right?
I have a couple. Do you have holiday traditions?
We do at our family. Of course, we always have a great meal. We play a lot of games, and we always have a jigsaw puzzle out. And every time we got the puzzle done, there was always one piece missing at the end, because my dad would take it, and we would look all over for it, and then my dad would take it, and then he would put it in at the end. Now, the joke on that is that it happened every year. We looked every year for the missing piece. And my dad took it every year, and we didn't figure it out, so.
That's odd, because I had a grandfather that used to eat jigsaw puzzles.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, he said, that's good, and then he'd just leave one. So maybe that was the piece that
Wow,
he was looking
that was it?
for. That'd be weird.
He was his own walking enigma.
That's right.
That was-
Nice, well played.
Thank you. Boom, boom.
Damn, yeah.
What about did you have any other traditions in your family?
No. Well, my dad, he roasted chestnuts on an open fire.
Yeah?
I'm lying.
I'm getting that.
He was fired for showing his chestnuts at a friar's roast.
Oh, okay.
Sad.
Maybe that's enough of our
Too much
traditions.
information. We do want to we do want to say a big hearty thank you to Mr. Bill Maltus right over there.
Yeah.
Our band leader. He'll be playing you in and out of commercials all night tonight. And my real stunt double over there, Rod Fowler, everybody, in Lowdale.
Yeah.
We've got a great show for you folks tonight. Mr. John Chapo from the Lincoln Children's Zoo is here. He's brought a lot of critters with him.
That's right. And then we have Lyn Leach, a great actor who's going to be here this evening.
Lyn's here tonight.
Yep.
singer Michael Tully, who just finished starring in Evil Dead right here at the TADA Theatre.
That's right, just
So
finished.
we're excited to have Michael singing for us.
And then
it's double the music night tonight. This is the only night that we booked. Double music. We've got the one and only talented.
Jackie Allen.
There you go. How about that? Yeah. But
Yes.
first things first, this is where Julie and I like to make fun of the news from the fabulous newspaper that we have here in town, the fabulous Lincoln Urinal. This is called Twinkle,
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 Journal
Journal
Star.
Star.
Hit it, Bill.
From the four corners of the earth, where everyone gets their news. Everyone.
Sorry, Rod.
Anyway, this is Twinkle Twinkle Journal Star, where we at Lincoln Late Night share with you news from Lincoln's one and only newspaper. Today's news is brought to you by The Mill, including their new location and innovation campus. Coffee from The Mill. It's not just for coffee breaks anymore.
First up, the Department of Transportation said more and more people in Nebraska are becoming poor drivers. In full disclosure, I may be one of them. Since on the way here, my GPS said, in 400 feet, stop and let me out.
Well, Julie, UNL reports that after recent dismissal of its last football coach, it will owe over $10 million to coaches that are no longer coaching at the college. However, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's been turned off due to budget cuts. Julie?
Thanks, Bob. It'll soon be time to register for the Cornhusker State Games. You know, if procrastination was an Olympic sport, I'd compete in it later.
Thanks, Julie. In entertainment news, local songwriter Ted Hernandez has said that his first song on his new CD is about tortillas. Actually, it's more of a rap. Appreciate your honesty. Julie?
Marathon winner Al Shanks told the press today that running in the hills has its ups and downs. Bob?
Oh, this just in, the toilet at the police station has been stolen, and at this time, cops have nothing to go on. Julie?
A man was arrested last week for drinking brake fluid. He told the police that he could stop any time. Bob?
The Lincoln Children's Zoo says that their new expansion will include exhibits featuring giraffes and tigers. Unhappy with the expansion, the free-roaming peacock. Julie? Told you I was going to get the word peacock in. Go ahead. Sorry, I laughed. I didn't pay to get in. Go ahead.
The city is pulling back the number of public buses that will be running normal routes this December. However, the good news is Allo trucks can still be found at almost every street corner.
Amen. The Lincoln Fire Department has reported an increase in gas leaks this year. In a related story, I can no longer recommend Taco Bell's new Rip Roar Chalupa.
After receiving 10 entries, the Lincoln Children's Museum has announced their new slogan. The winner is, be nice to your kids, they'll choose your nursing home.
Another gym has opened in the Star City, and I was a member of a gym for 14 days, and I lost 2 weeks. Julie?
Here is today's marathon tip. Remember that the phrase, I ran half a marathon, sounds so much better than I quit halfway through the marathon.
That's right. The Department of Tourism said that the eclipse brought over 1 million people to Nebraska after it changed its name to Garth Brooks.
That's the news. Now it's time for a joke off. Here are some quick zingers for you to take home as our gift to you. Julie, joke off, if you please.
Joke off! Everybody say it! Joke off!
Gambling addiction hotlines would do so much better if every fifth caller was a winner. Joke off!
The first time I got a universal remote control, I thought to myself, hell, this changes everything.
Joke off!
As I watched the dog chasing his tail, I thought, dogs are easily amused. And then I realized I was watching the dog chasing his tail. Joke off!
I got a dog, and I named him 5 Miles, so that way every morning I can say, I walked 5 miles.
Those are your zingers for tonight. Get ready for Animal Mayhem, kids. We'll be right back with the one and only John Chapo.
Said, be an actor, my son.
Welcome back to Lincoln Late Night Live. I'm Bob.
I'm Bernie.
Yeah.
We're B&B.
That's grand.
Yeah.
Good. Once again, round of applause. Bill Maltus right there, everybody.
There you go.
Rod Fowler. Thank you, Rodney. We're going to get things started right away with our first guest. He's the one and only, he's a hero, man. This guy is awesome. He is the head of the Lincoln Children's Zoo. Welcome, Mr. John Chapo, everybody.
John Chapo. John, your hands are full. Wow. Hello. You got your mic there?
Hello. Gracious good evening.
Good to see you, man.
Oh, my God.
Look at that.
Isn't he beautiful?
That's great.
Can you guys see him?
This is Steve. Say hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hi,
Very-
Steve.
They do obey well, don't
Can
they?
I touch Steve?
Would you like to touch Steve?
Yeah.
Sure. Just
I-
don't touch his teeth.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Steve's
Ooh,
a baby
he's-
American alligator.
He's an alligator.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm good.
Don't get any
Oh,
ideas.
come on.
I'm fine.
He would even
How
be
big is he going to get?
That's real.
10 plus feet,
Oh, I'm glad I touched him now.
700 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, he'll be, he's not big enough for shoes, even for Bob right now.
No.
But,
Yeah.
Hard crowd. How do you like it?
exactly.
That's so fun, isn't it?
Welcome to
head
our
you
world.
off.
Yeah.
He looks like a North American alligator. Am I
Well,
right?
Very good. You know your gators well.
Thank you.
You're very, very, very sharp.
I watched that Animal
So
Planet.
did you guys hatch him from an egg, or I mean, how come you got such a small?
I don't
I
think
didn't
John
hatch
did.
him.
No,
I didn't
that-
sit on the
that's
egg.
You didn't
not
sit on
possible that
it?
John
Okay.
could
Because I have
do
to
that.
think about that. For about 3 months, it takes a while for a reptile egg to hatch out.
Oh, okay.
But,
But was he born at the zoo?
well, if you're hatched, you're not born. You're hatched.
Well, excuse.
Yeah.
God. Here we go. This
Always
happened
the
last time.
educator.
Everything. Okay, that's cool.
You're with the
Excuse me.
audience.
We're an educating
Was-
institution.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will ask again. Was he hatched at the zoo?
No,
No. All that for a no.
he came out of Florida. Okay. We don't have any mommy and daddy alligators, and it takes a mommy and a daddy alligator generally to generate eggs for babies.
Wow.
See?
That's good.
We don't have time for that explanation
That's
now.
awesome. John makes the big bucks. He takes a boy and a girl, and they lay
So
an egg.
it hatched, and then you brought him to the zoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's the only alligator there?
Yeah, we have education animals, okay, that we like to go out and engage the children with and have fun and watch them grow. And this way, baby alligator is easier for people to meet than an adult alligator.
Yeah.
Keeps getting closer.
Well, yeah.
Sit back here just a minute. No, just a minute. I want to make sure that I can spring out of here as quickly as possible.
He is vicious.
How big is Steve?
Steve's only about 1.5 feet long now.
No, I
He's-
know now.
And
but
he's
what
just
I'm
a
asking-
1-year-old.
I could tell how long. You like that, Roddy? He's about a foot. I meant like how big is that? As big as he's gonna get?
No, he'll get a good 10 feet.
10 feet.
10 feet,
dang.
hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Lived 70 years. So he's got a long
Wow.
life ahead of him. He's just going to get a lot bigger and a lot bigger.
And will
Steve,
he
you
be
tell
here
us how
all that
it's
time
like.
here?
He'll be here a long time. Let's
Yeah.
wait and see. We're going to keep getting bigger food for him. And so, but I'm going to be asking you to share Bob sometime. I need pieces of Bob.
No, that's great. Yeah, good job, John.
Well, so how do you make that decision? You're feeding some animals, other animals. Were those the ones that auditioned and didn't get in?
Well,
or-
exactly. Yeah,
I'm sorry, you're not going to be in the zoo, but
Right.
you will be useful.
However, Julie, if you think about it, they could have been the ones that did audition for that part. They're like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
the alligator's food tonight.
Last week's failures,
There
so,
we go.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Okay.
Gives you
So,
room for.
So I'm gonna let Emma take Steve off the stage, and then
Goodbye, Steve. It's been
Okay.
lovely.
Emma?
Say goodbye to
Look
Steve.
at that.
Hey.
He's like
Hi,
really
Emma.
excited to be here. Oh no, what are
That's-
those?
That's nice. What does Emma do at the zoo?
Emma's on our education staff. Okay, she does a lot of the program animals and a lot of
Can I hold that
presentations
for you?
at the zoo. Would you please?
Yeah, because he's trying to open a thing with a bunch of things in it there.
I've got a
Oh
bunch
my
of things. in
Wow, cool
Oh.
tight
Okay.
clips.
here. Julie,
Are those?
have you ever been pinned?
No. But I have a feeling tonight's going to be different.
May I pin you?
Yeah, please.
Well,
John,
may
what
I-
are you going to pin
what-
me with?
what-
These, John, look to me like, I would say like Madagascan hissing cockroaches.
Where did we get this entomologist?
I don't know. For a guy who doesn't know the difference between birth and hatching, that's pretty
It
amazing.
really, really is.
Feel free to place that anywhere on her, John. Open wide, sweetie. Here comes your appetizer.
No, this is going to be her brooch. Get it? It's a brooch.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh!
Pardon me as I'm reaching
Well,
down here.
John, the question is, have you ever pinned
You know,
anybody?
your material's just too.
Here, you want me to open up?
No, don't open up too much, okay?
Yeah.
Bob, would you
I
like?
want it in my
No,
hair.
Do you like roaches, Bob?
Nope, not even cool.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
No, is that a roach?
It is a roach.
It kind of looks like a cicada. Or a
Well, you
cicada?
know, they are.
So they
all-
don't move? He's just going to stay there, right?
Oh, they can
He's-
move a lot.
Well, he's not going to crawl in my shirt or anything, is he?
Well, he
You
could.
wish.
He likes to go into.
Yeah, stop it.
He likes to find nooks and crannies.
Okay,
You know, things
well,
like
we
that.
do have a
You find a lot
surprise.
of them on me.
John, we didn't tell you about this, but we do have a surprise. If we could turn up the house lights, and if you folks can look under your seats, number A3 gets to come up on stage and wear this. No, I'm just kidding. Did you see him? Whoa! No, just
Look
kidding.
at this guy's going, pick me, pick me.
See, look at that. He's trying to get away. Okay, he's wants to repopulate the building. Let's see if we can get some hissing going on.
No,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Mine's not talking.
He's not talking to you. That means he's happy.
Oh, well.
You have a contented roach on
I
your
usually,
shoulder.
my brief relationships are really good for me like this.
Julie, would you like us to wrap it, or would you like to wear it home?
I
My
think-
roaches just are quiet today.
They are quiet.
You have a calming personality, Julie.
This one is really active, though.
Tell us about roaches, though. What do roaches like? Is that a dumb question to ask?
Sorry,
do they?
roach.
I mean, what do you feed a roach? I
A
mean,
roach is a decomposer. Okay, they eat plant material and they break it down and then leave their fecal material behind. So they actually help break plants down. Okay, so they help do those kinds of things. They are part of the circle of life. They are very important. There are over 4,000 species of roaches in the world. You're never very far from a roach. Okay.
Well,
You're
that-
telling me,
yeah,
man.
really.
I've been in show business a long time.
Yeah, we know.
You're not kidding.
Cockroach.
I got you.
Okay, the kind. And we
Now,
also,
just out of curiosity, like, would Steve eat that?
no, Steve wouldn't eat that.
Aw,
No.
shoot.
No, Steve
Darn it.
would. You know, he
All
didn't.
bets are off, Rod.
Yeah.
Darn it.
We wanted to have the real thing here tonight, right? The whole circle of life, right? Julie, may I take your
Please.
roach away? Okay, and we're gonna.
Roach giver.
Well,
It was starting to get excited.
Hello? Oh, look
Oh
at
my
that.
God!
Oh,
What
a
is?
bowling
Oh,
ball.
look at
That's awesome.
that!
This is not a bowling. This is a bocce ball. See, bowling balls are larger. See, but
Here, do you need me to hold this again?
no, this
No,
is okay.
He'll-
Here we go.
Oh, there
Here we
we
go.
go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
This is Fez.
Hey,
Fez
Fez.
is a three-banded armadillo. Isn't this the most fascinating creature? What I love. May I put him on the floor?
You do whatever
Sure.
you want.
If there's any fecal material, that's what you'd worry about.
Look at
okay.
him go.
Now,
He could be in Star Wars. Look at him.
well, he kind of looks like a creature
Yeah.
from another planet, doesn't he? Now, he's a three-banded armadillo because he's got three bands on his back. We're familiar with roadkill armadillos, right? Those are nine-banded armadillos, okay? And they're a lot larger, and they live in the United States. This guy's from Brazil and South America.
My gosh! Oh, he's
Now,
got
when he
his little
curls
nose
up
is
like
going
that,
crazy.
that's his safety.
That is
thing,
his
right?
safety. He protects like that. He can roll up tighter than any other armadillo species in the world. He can pull himself up, pull his head in, and pull all nice and tight.
Now,
Just like
Julie,
a
that's
punch.
weird. That's what I look like when I come out of my recliner.
Now,
So it doesn't matter. You don't need all those extra bands. I know. I
that's
left
not-
you that.
Yeah, you did. Now, his shell is the same stuff that your fingernails, your
I
hair
would
is
like
made
to
of.
touch the armadillo.
You gonna touch
Yep.
my armadillo?
Oh, he's cool.
Isn't he
Yep.
fascinating?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, you need to know something about Fez at the Lincoln
Ooh,
Children's
that's
Zoo.
amazing.
Fez is a cover child for National Geographic. Actually appeared on the cover of National Geographic and has actually appeared on the Today Show.
Oh my gosh.
So this is a very famous armadillo. and on the TADA stage.
And on the TADA stage now. Why didn't he
he's
get
gonna
those
paid-
honors?
he's going to get paid scale, pretty much. So
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
cool. Now, we have a new tradition here at Lincoln Late Night Live where Rod Fowler gets to ask one question per guest, and or each guest, I guess. And Rod, you did a great job last night. What would you like to ask John about his armadillo?
Well, it's not necessarily about the armadillo, but John, we see you on Channel 8 Midday all the time with all kinds of animals, insects, reptiles, you name it, and you're so comfortable with them, and I know they're your life, but is there one animal out there that you would not want to mess with, that you're a little scared of? Because you hear the gasp when you bring out a snake or something like that. Is there an animal that scares you?
You know, I've actually have force-fed rattlesnakes before, and looking down the throat of a rattlesnake with dripping fangs can really be intimidating. Okay, I've had tigers waking up on me before, and I had to sit on his shoulders to put him down, so he didn't get up and walk away. So I've done some really stupid things in my 45 years of animal care. But you know what really intimidates me still?
What?
Is a big snake. A big snake, because, you know, a big snake, and it's not the squeezing as much, it's the 60 teeth that go inside, that curve inside. And so yes, I mean, I have respect for big snakes. Sure.
It intimidates him when the snake doesn't come off, too. That would be kind of intimidating. But, John, we're going to come right back, and we're going to talk a little bit about the expansion of the zoo.
Sounds
We're
good.
going to talk about that. More with John Chapo in just a little bit, folks. All right.
John.
Quality, affordable theater. The place where the arts deserve attention. The TADA Theatre.
Visit us at the TADA Theatre in Lincoln's historic Haymarket. Call 438-TADA for tickets and see more on our website at tadatheater.info.
Welcome back. We appreciate you tuning in to Lincoln Late Night Live. We're here with John Chapo from the Lincoln Children's Zoo. How long have you been at the zoo?
31, almost 32 years.
Well,
Love Lincoln.
Yeah, you've done amazing things
You've
with
done
the zoo.
great,
Had a lot of
great
fun.
job.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, first guy that we called to be on the show was John. He was on our last series that we did in June, and he was the one gentleman I wanted to make sure we had back because he does such a great job, and he's an all-around great guy. And I'm not kidding. You're
And he
a
has
great,
interesting
great fella.
friends.
So we appreciate you coming back.
It's fun being here, and it's fun sharing the zoo, and, you know, working with great people. We have a lot of fun together.
Tell us about the new expansion that's coming up.
We're really, really excited about expanding the zoo because, you know, we're bringing some great new animals, we're bringing some iconic animals, and we're sticking with the zoo's mission of engagement. You know, at the zoo now, you can feed the goats and you can feed the camels, or you can be able to feed some giraffes at the Lincoln Children's Zoo. I mean, just it's going to be amazing. Okay.
So you have to be this tall to feed the giraffe, or what?
Well, the short guys are going to have a hard time. Right? No, we're going to elevate you off the ground.
You're gonna
Okay.
have a bunch of pissed off kids, John. You just say, "Mother, you won't let me feed the giraffe."
So, and then we're also bringing some beautiful tigers, Sumatran tigers, the rarest tiger in the world. There's only like 300 left in the wild. They need a lot of conservation work, and we're getting a pair of Sumatran tigers at the zoo. And then we're actually going to have a Jeep that the Sumatran tigers are going to share with kids. So we're going to have tigers and kids together in the same Jeep.
That's gonna go
Wow. And where are they going to go?
well. Yeah, nowhere. They just sit in a car wash together, and we see who wins.
Well, and the tigers are going to lick their lips, okay? Because, you know, that's it's gonna
No,
be
one
right
of the
size.
volunteers is beside him with reeling one of those screens around. Like
So,
they're-
John, have you ever seen this movie? It's called Jurassic Park.
Oh.
And things didn't go quite the way they thought it was going to go with the Jeep.
We're putting a lot of thought to this, thank you very much. And we're going to have a splash play area. We're going to have monkey. The old zoo building is going to turn into a whole brand new zoo concept building. Because, you know, that old zoo building is over 80 years old.
Dude, the worst gig I ever had, and this is a true story, but like after they emptied that all out, that used to be the monkey house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It smelled
And,
like it.
Yeah, I'm from Lincoln, so I remember every smell that, yeah, it wasn't good. But they had us do a play in that monkey house. And
Ooh.
I kid you not,
Did you
you're right? And nothing about that smelled good. And then they said, I know how we can get more people. We're going to turn it into dinner theater. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's smart.
Yeah, it didn't last very long, did it?
Tell us about this ottoman that you brought up.
Well, this ottoman here, this is a leopard tortoise, okay, from Africa. Leopard tortoises get a little bit larger than this. They're called leopard tortoises because of their spots, and it's one of the many tortoise species we have at the Tortoise Trek at the Lincoln Children's Zoo. I really wanted to bring, you know, we have tortoises that weigh 100 pounds at the zoo, and they're just a little bit too big to bring out at a night like this.
I know
I
what
can
you mean.
relate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and we even have now one of our Galapagos tortoises. Here's a fascinating story, because, you know, tortoises live a long, long time. I mean, Galapagos tortoise is 150 years. One of our tortoises' mother was 88 when she laid her first fertile egg.
Oh my gosh, there's hope.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine being?
Can you imagine?
Just imagine being 88. Okay,
Yeah.
and having your first fertile offspring.
There's a good family tradition.
Yeah,
Hey,
that-
Grandma. How you feeling? I'm going to lay my first egg.
Look, he's getting excited because you're
look at
talking to him.
He's coming your way, Bob.
Look at this.
He likes your joke.
Here he comes. Kitty, kitty.
Yeah. And this is the same. This is the same material. It's your fingernails and the shell of the.
He's coming to
armadillo.
me.
Look at that.
I have always attracted slower people. I don't know what that is about, but
They get your material. Oh!
You know,
Look at the claws on that
like
thing.
the alligator. This is a reptile. You know, and it's a reptile. It's not a floor tile or a ceiling tile. Okay, it's a reptile. So
Now where's he going? What you doing there?
he wants to hide under Julie.
Awesome.
It's dark
let's
under
not
Julie.
say anymore
Okay.
about that.
we
All
won't
right,
go
that's
there.
too many
Okay.
possibilities there.
But I've got one more little critter I
Feel
want to bring
safe
up.
with me. Look, you
Can
guys.
I bring out one more little critter?
A little critter? Yeah, sure.
Little critter?
Can
Can I bring out
Yeah.
Jake?
Bring out Jake. Oh,
We can leave him there. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
We'll
look at he's very happy.
This is
Oh, a little critter.
well,
Okay.
the little critter is Sarah, okay, and Emma, and they have Jake the snake. Jake's a boa constrictor, and you like that?
I missed the memo on Jake.
Oh, I forgot to tell.
I thought we were closing with the, but okay.
Oh, you thought 8
Look at-
inches,
Hi.
not-
Holy moly.
You
look at
thought
Jake.
8 inches,
Jake
not
the
8
Snake
feet.
was actually one of my favorite wrestlers. WWE
Oh, remember
reference.
Jake the
He's
snake.
sticking
I do.
his
Yep.
tongue out at you.
Yep. Hi. How are you? Does he?
He's
Is that-
sensing you, Bob.
That's awesome.
He's sizing you up.
Yep. Well,
Be
that's good.
grateful
Oh my
that you're
God.
the size you are.
Now, how heavy is Jake?
30 pounds.
30 pounds. And like, what does Jake like to eat?
He eats rats.
He doesn't chew them. He
Wow.
swallows them whole.
When was the last time Jake ate?
Last week.
The last one. Oh, so he's due for another.
Oh, thanks for bringing him hungry. Seriously, that's awesome.
So he's hungry.
Yeah, wow.
So, Rod, what you didn't know is that you get to feed Chad.
And,
I don't.
It's always good to scare fat people, John. Thanks. Let's bring this snake out and see if it does rook in. This will be cool.
I don't want to
I
get
am
in
going to
trouble.
touch him, though, because I did.
Oh,
I
he's gonna
would,
ask
oh,
you can get in trouble. You want to touch my snake?
No, I wanted to ask if I could touch your snake, but
Yeah,
I didn't want to
please.
get a harassment suit.
Oh. A hairy wetsuit?
Nothing.
Okay.
Current climate and all, you
that's
know.
an-
There you go.
You like my snake?
take it over. Yeah, Fowler, you got to.
You gotta feel the snake.
This is some good stuff.
Now, did it feel slimy?
Come on.
No,
No,
it
it's
doesn't feel
not.
slimy at all.
See, and that's what
what's
people think.
fascinating
Oh,
about
it's
it.
slimy because it's a big snake.
How much does he weigh?
He said 30 pounds.
30 pounds, yeah.
That's not
But if
Were
he
you
eats a
here?
2-pound rat, he weighs 32 pounds
Okay.
until he goes poo-poo.
Now, how long did you say
We
that
think
this
he's
guy-
about 8 feet.
8 feet?
Yeah.
Wow, that's not cool. Are you
Okay.
okay with that? You okay with that? That's the
Okay,
last
so
thing she
get-
says.
Yeah.
Well, and Sarah's not worried about it constricting the snake. Sarah's healthy and strong, and the snake's not that big to cause those
So, like,
problems.
how many employees do you go through a month? Yeah,
Depends
she's
on how
healthy
hungry-
and strong.
How hungry the animals are.
She
you
was,
know.
yeah.
Is that why you went under? You saw the snake coming?
Was his last words to the last employee? You're healthy and strong. And her going, please, get the snake off of my neck.
Snake.
Okay.
The snake. No.
So is that the only boa constrictor that you have then?
This is the only boa, right? Yeah, we have other.
You have a,
We have rainbow boas, and
rainbow
then
boas.
we also have the sand boa constrictor. So we have other boa constrictors. The sand boa is just a very small species of boa constrictor. There's lots of different species of boa constrictors, just like there are thousands of species of snakes in the world,
Right.
from little teeny to really
I'm just
big.
worried about your animals, having other animals to hang out with. I mean, Steve is all alone. We got that in the beginning.
Well, you
and
have
so-
to remember
no, yeah.
that not every animal is a social animal
Oh,
like
okay.
you. Okay, some animals
Oh.
just prefer. The cockroaches, they're very social.
Yeah.
Okay, they love to cockroach around each other. Okay, but most animals like this, snakes, they are very solitary. They're not a social animal. They
So
don't
they're
play cards
having
or
a,
anything.
he's having a really good time right
John,
now.
if we
then.
want to support the zoo, how should we do that?
Go to lincolnzoo.org. We need some help still with the construction. You can buy a membership. You can buy a membership for low-income family and get a low-income family to the Lincoln Children's Zoo.
Oh,
Just go to
that's a great idea.
lincolnzoo.org.
And it's a
Polar
holiday
Bear,
season.
what do you got going on
giving
now for the
time.
holidays? You
We
got
have
something
the North Pole Express
North
going
Pole
on
Express,
right now,
that's
so
right.
all aboard the North Pole Express to go see Santa Claus. So that's a lot of fun, and then we open up again in the springtime. Folks are being really patient walking around the construction as they see, the cat house.
Because you have
come out
to
of the ground.
enter a different way now,
Yeah,
don't
you
you?
got to
come
park in
around
the new
8th Street.
parking. Yeah, exactly. So
Then how
I saw
much-
the
how-
sign saying zoo entrance.
That
How
way.
much do we have to donate to get you a new Halloween costume?
you know,
That was cold, man.
that was really
Yeah.
cool. When I
Every
was
year, you like that wizard costume,
I-
though, don't you?
hey, in the old days, I had to paint the whiskers gray and paint on the wrinkles. Now it's all free.
No, you're
no makeup required.
you're living the dream.
I'm
man.
living the
You're
dream.
living the dream.
I'm having an awesome time. I really appreciate being here tonight. and
We
be able to
appreciate you
share
being
this
here, and
with you.
ladies, we appreciate you doing
They
this.
do
for
a
us
great
very
job.
much.
They are
This is John
fantastic.
Chapo
Thank you for the
from the
zoo.
Lincoln Children's
Hey,
Zoo. We'll
see you
be
at the
right
zoo.
back, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Lincoln Late Night Live. Round of applause. Bill Maltus again, right there on the keys. Yay.
So fun.
You're in for quite a treat. This gentleman is an all-around fine, talented actor right there who has played everything from Fonzie and Happy Days, a new musical, to Gaston and Beauty and the Beast, and just finished playing the role of Ash in Evil Dead, a new musical.
Which is really well cast.
Thank you very much. He's a
Ash.
great man. This is my friend, Mr. Michael Tully, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, this isn't Evil Dead, a little bit of a departure from that. I'm a singer-songwriter as well, and this is a little something I put together for this season, kind of a reflection, a message to myself, and maybe fits some others out there as well. It's called Mission Song. 'Tis the season of our lives. We're searching for some warmth tonight. Maybe we'll find it outside. 'Tis the time for making change, to simplify and rearrange the way we love, the way we live, the way we make the time to give of ourselves and our time tonight. If we ask the question of ourselves, how can we help that someone else? Don't let it sit here in the comfort of our own minds. Go treat the stranger as yourself. Take time to learn from someone else. We'll share the love and understand. That's how we shape and heal this land of ours in our time tonight. If it's peace on earth and goodwill to all, then why watch others take the fall tonight? Let's take time, get up, get off our chair, go out into the world somewhere and be the change in someone else's life. You gotta make it right. Let's make it all right, all right. Tis the season of our lives. We're searching for some warmth tonight. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe we'll find it outside.
Thank you.
Nice job. Michael Tully, everybody.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. They don't get any better than Michael Tully, man. Good job, buddy. Appreciate it.
Nice and
Thank you. Is there anything you want to say here to this fine, fabulous crowd?
I just want to say thanks for having me tonight, and you better cast me in another show sometime soon.
Well, you keep singing like that, we'll do it. We're lucky to have him, and he did that as a favor for me, and that meant a lot. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. We'll be right back. Lyn Leach is up next, everybody. Thank you, Bill. Thanks.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We want to keep the holiday spirit going, and Bob got really creative and actually wrote some poems. Are you going to read a poem, or are you going to have?
You know, I think it would be really cool if we had, this time of year I always remember Jimmy Stewart doing, don't you guys remember Jimmy Stewart doing some Christmas poem? So I think we should have Jimmy Stewart do a poem.
Is Jimmy here?
I think Jimmy's here. Rod, will you be so kind to give that to us? Jimmy Stewart over there. Jimmy, please read us a Christmas poem. Jimmy?
I'm working on my piano.
Yeah, well, keep working. It's not working.
It's
so you
not
just
working.
go for it for...
2, 3, 4.
I'll take old Jimmy, by the way.
Old Jimmy?
Not the near-death one that you did last night, but like the old Jimmy to where he was still... I'm talking about like...
I did like last appearance on Carson Jimmy last night.
Okay,
Was
I'm
kind
looking
of
for like 70s Dinah Shore.
1970s Dinah Shore Jimmy.
Anybody? Thank you.
I can talk a little.
Okay, great.
Dinah Shore. And
Yeah, we're the only two that...
That's all right.
Anybody Dinah Shore? Yeah. Yay, thank God. Anybody Jim from Taxi? Remember Jim from Taxi? Yeah. Shall we? Let's do it.
Jim's?
Okay, ready?
Well,
Okay, dog.
what does the yellow light mean?
Slow down.
What does a yellow light mean?
Slow down.
What
does...
You have to stop them now.
Yeah. You know what's amazing?
They'll keep going.
You know what's neat, Bill? Though these chairs remind me of when you all, the actor who played Jim from Taxi was
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, and he was also a Klingon.
Yeah.
Remember
in
in
Star Trek 2,
So
yeah.
since I have the Star Trek chair, I just feel like when he was a Klingon, for you, Kirk, and your gallant crew, I give 2 minutes. Remember that? Yeah, so thank you for the 3 of you that got that.
Yeah.
Screw it. We're doing it for us at this point. Jimmy Stewart, my friend.
Stewart. Oh, this one's called a perfect gift. I just bought my wife a new fridge. I've just been online and paid for it. I'm so excited I can't wait to see her face light up when she opens it. Really? That's it?
Good thing Jimmy was reading that one.
I gave you a good one last night, that one.
No, yeah. We'll try
Okay,
again.
Fowler.
Oh, boy.
Rod Fowler is a master of impressions. This is a really great
He's doing
hidden
this on
gift.
Channel 8 News later.
So,
Yeah.
who you got, man?
Who should we do? Sean Connery?
Oh, yes.
I'll fight you, Trebek. I'll fight you with just my thumbs. You'll go down in 10 seconds, I guarantee it.
Nice.
So my favorite line of his was, so Goldfinger, do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Remember that? So, thank you.
You can tell these guys watch a lot of television in their day.
James Bond was a film.
Yeah,
But
it
it's
was
on TV
television
a lot.
later.
That's true. That's very. You got another impression, Bill? Do one more. Come on.
Surprise!
Surprise? Pee Wee Herman.
No, do Charles Nelson Riley.
Charles Nelson Riley.
Will you please?
Oh my God.
Charles Nelson Riley. We're old school. We love Match Game.
The old
and stuff
Match
with Gene
Game.
Rayburn, but yeah. So so it's really like they slide it back and it's blank-eyed, and he would say.
He would say, well, I wrote cockeyed. I finally got to say cockeyed on television.
Okay.
I
Well,
kind
that
of
was
started
fun. We did
going
that
into
for
Paul
us.
Lynn
That
there
was
for a
great.
second.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking,
You're the center
here-
square.
I don't know.
Why do
This is
cowboys wear leather chaps? Because taffeta wrinkles.
I told you, once they
God,
get started.
I wish you played the piano
this
that
party
good.
started.
That is awesome. Why don't you and Rod switch?
Yeah,
No, that's good. Let's keep things going with talk about great actors. Here's one for you. This gentleman has played everyone from Billy Flynn in Chicago. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yes. You did?
He told me backstage.
No, there you go. Here's
told
the
me.
talented Lyn Leach, everyone. Welcome him, please. That jazz. Does that bring back choreography nightmares?
It sure does. Great show.
Just
Ton
for
of
you.
fun.
I've directed Lynn several times, and I've seen you on a commercial once where you make friends.
Yeah, we do.
And I'm sitting on one of your friends right now. Lynn loaned us this set. Isn't this nice? Yes.
Aren't these great chairs?
Well, thanks for doing that.
It's what he does when he's not acting, right?
That's what I do. Yeah.
Tell us, how long have you owned Ace Rento?
We opened the first Ace Rent to Own in 1982. Still here, right here in Lincoln at 25th and O.
Wow.
Wow. Now, one thing that you guys need to know about Lynn, honest to heaven, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever directed. He's a great guy, all-around fine fella, team player, and anything you ask for Lynn, he'll do that, and you're a great man. And not only do you act in the arts, but you support them. I see you at theater every place.
If I don't have anything that's important to do at work, I'm there.
You're awesome.
Every theater, every kind of performing art, whether it's dancing, singing, musical theater, you name it, I love it.
Did that come from your childhood?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So I've enjoyed acting and singing and dancing since I was a little boy, and my mom was nice enough to pay for voice lessons for me and encouraged me.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a passion, no question.
Now, Lynn, some people don't know this is a well-kept secret. Not so well-kept, but you love Harley-Davidson motorcycles, and your biker name is what?
Ace.
There we go.
So I didn't know. Now, is that where the Ace Rent to Own came from, or did what
Vice versa. So
first
Ace
vice
Rent to Own
okay.
came first. A lot of people don't know Ace Rent to Own. We called it that because the store before we opened Ace Rent to Own was Ace Grocery and Liquor. And yeah, and so rather than retool the signs, we had it. It's got, if you haven't seen it, it's got a beautiful neon sign, old school. It's won some awards, and we refurbish it about every 10 years. So we kept the old signs and changed the grocery and liquor to rent to own.
Yeah, because they probably didn't rent.
No, they didn't.
Did you ever have like drunks show up that didn't know you changed it? They're like, what the hell?
Where are the bananas?
And you're like, I'll just take this sofa.
We do have people come in every now and then looking for claw hammers. Ace Hardware.
Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
And you rented
True
one.
story. Do you have pliers? And I look around, it's furniture, electronics, appliances. How do you get in the door, walk 20 feet across the store and ask for some pliers?
I don't know.
How many times does that happen?
It happens every week.
Dude, start carrying pliers. The moral of the story is start carrying pliers and rent them for like $90 a month.
There you go.
You think of that? These pliers are $90 a month. Get the hell out. That'd be cool.
Vice grips, 99 cents a week. We got them.
Yeah.
Think of the kickback on pliers, Lynn, for God's sakes. That's
So
funny.
it's just furniture and appliances? Can you, what other?
And electronics.
Electronics.
Yeah. We're about to start carrying tires.
Oh.
Yeah, imagine that.
Well, how
Rent
do
to
you
own
rent a
tires.
tire?
Well, just like you rent anything else.
But for God's sake, don't do the pliers. Do just a little
Pliers.
tip, and I'm never going to tell you how to run your business, but if you have more than 3 people walk in and ask for something, like, man, keep them under the counter. And they're like, I'll take you to Dollar Tree, man. Here, these are $50.
I hadn't thought of that.
You're welcome. So, like, were you laying in bed one night, my friend, and you just shot up tires? That is what we need to carry, is tires. Did you really?
No, not that original. A friend of mine started it a year ago, and they've sold, he has 33 stores, 1,021 sets of tires through October, almost $1 million in revenue. We need some of that.
So do you rent a tire till you can afford a tire?
It's just, it's very short term, 6 months to own. Look, a lot of people,
Or
a lot
till
of
it
people out
blows.
there need something. I mean, they're going around on unsafe tires.
and
They've
they
got
can't
their,
pay for it.
they
I
can't
gotcha.
afford to go in and
see
spend
how that
$500 or
works.
$600, but they can afford, you know, $14 a week for 6 months, and it really is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand
Now, if one of
that.
those tires blows, can you exchange it for like an end table or something?
Only a recliner.
There you go, because they're going to be stuck at home because they can't go anywhere. Might as well have a recliner, right?
Me as well.
Now, Lynn, the good part of good marketing, before I directed you, before I met you, Lynn and I are friends, full disclosure. A great guy. He actually threw my 50th birthday party at his house. So that was pretty neat. And I was only 48, but I didn't say anything. I was like, this is a freaking nice pool. I'm going in. 50 is fine. But when did you come up with the phrase, we'll make friends? Because, man, good marketing means you're going to remember it, and you remember that.
So we
Did somebody
started
just
out
throw
back,
you a
back in
phone?
the early 80s. Our first slogan was, it just makes good sense. Ace Rent to Own, it just makes good sense. And the reason why is most people didn't understand rental purchase then. Relatively new concept of acquiring household goods in America. So we were trying to explain that it's very viable and a really good idea for a lot of middle and lower income families. Once people started understanding that, I had a very good client. Her name was Brenda Marzoff, and she came in and was telling me, I was thanking her for all of her business.
We got a surprise for you. Brenda? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I wouldn't doubt that that could
You
happen.
should have seen Ron. He's like, I.
But anyway, she was telling me she really appreciated us because everything she had in her home was from us that was nice. And she said, I just feel like you guys treat me different. No matter where I go, I don't get the kind of treatment I do here. You guys treat me like a real friend. And I said, gosh, Brenda, can I quote you on that? I'm going to put you in the ads and quote you. And she said, absolutely. And so it just took off from there. Ace Rent to Own, where we make friends.
And you wanted to be in your own commercials, and you held up that phone, and now you don't really need to hold up the phone anymore.
Well, yeah, the phone's kind of obsolete. I held up a cell phone, the old one, you know, with the cord for a long time, and then I went to a smartphone, and now more business is done online than on the phone, so it's kind of become obsolete.
So how many people recognize you when you walk down the street? Because, like, people now, I've been on Channel 8 now for 20 years, and when I walk down the street, people yell, "Have an entertaining weekend," and I'm like, okay. Do people?
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, and they always yell out, "You're the Ace Rent to Own guy." I mean, that's how it goes. And sometimes they don't recognize my face, but when I start talking with them, they go, "Hey, I recognize your voice. You're the Ace Rent to Own guy."
Well, I think, was Chicago the first show we did together?
You and me, yes.
Yeah, because I remember people at intermission goes, "God, he looks familiar, but I don't know, has he been in your shows before?" I go, "No, he owns Ace Rent to Own." So that's neat. What's your favorite role that you've ever done?
Oh,
Be careful.
I am. So, I mean, it's got to be a tie because I absolutely love playing Billy Flynn. That guy was awesome. He had the answer for everything and was suave and sophisticated, and all the ladies loved him. And what guy doesn't want that kind of role? But I also loved playing Captain Von Trapp in The Sound of Music.
There we go.
That was really cool.
There we go.
What's your dream role?
My dream role is probably playing Javert in Les Miserables.
Well, I am writing KLKN the musical, and I would like to offer you a role right now.
That's Rod Fowler.
Of Rod Fowler.
Yeah.
And
I'd be honored.
yeah. Rod, here's your question. What question do you have for the one and only Ace Leach?
Where we make friends. You mentioned a couple of things. Lyn's a great guy, and he loves motorcycles. I wanted you to mention, I got to know his group. They are tough people with leather, and they ride these motorcycles, but they have hearts as big as anybody's, and they give back to the community. I had the honor of interviewing them because they bought an entire table at a Make-A-Wish fundraiser earlier in the year. Please tell them about that, Lyn.
The group he's talking about is called the Rough Riders. It's a riding group, not a motorcycle club, but a riding brotherhood, and our primary function is riding together and raising funds to give away. And so we find people in need. In fact, Sunday we're going out 3 families in the local area that have suffered various physical ailments to mother or father, and kids aren't going to have a Christmas, and we'll be riding up to present a $1,000 check to each one of those families.
Wow.
We found them.
That's great.
We found them thanks to Rod and his Channel 8. They do a thing called Magic Moments, and these were some of the folks that weren't going to get anything because there's a limit to what they can do. So the Rough Riders got the folks applications that weren't going to get anything, and we're going to make a Christmas for 5 families in the area, each at $1,000.
That's great, Lyn.
Wow.
Cool. I really think you ought to throw in a pair of pliers. Can you do that? Okay, so Lyn, this is we figured if you ever want to not make friends, this is we don't want to copy stuff because Julia and I are much more original than that. So this is a top 11 list of lines to get rid of friends.
Okay.
So, here we go, Bill. Ready? This is. Oh, you need to get your.
Can I hold your microphone?
No, he just needs to get his little readers on. Okay. Here
So
you go,
the
Grandpa
top
Leach.
11 things.
Yes, and you got to go number 11. And Bill hits you with it. Yep,
All right.
Okay. Okay, so here we go.
Okay, here's
Bill,
the
you're up.
top 11 lines to get rid of friends. Number 11. I refuse to engage in a battle of wits with an unarmed person. Number 10. It's better to let somebody think you are an idiot than to open your mouth and prove it. Sure to get rid of them. Number 9, you're so ugly when your mom dropped you off at school, she got a fine for littering.
I finally got a drum roll. Kind of, sort of.
Number 8,
That's not going to work.
I wish we could be better strangers. Number 7, shouldn't you be out on a ledge somewhere? Number 6, unless your name is Google, stop acting like you know everything. Number 5, mirrors don't lie. Lucky for you, they can't laugh either. You're supposed to laugh at your own list. This is good stuff. All right, number 4. Were you always this stupid, or did you take lessons? Definitely going to get rid of your friends there. Number 3. When you speak your mind, I bet you're speechless. Number 2. Everyone is entitled to be stupid, but you are abusing the privilege. And the number one way you can get rid of your friends: roses are red, violets are blue. I got 5 fingers, the middle one is for you.
Lyn Leach, everybody! Thanks, man. We'll be right back.
Quality, affordable theater. The place where the arts deserve attention. The TADA Theatre.
Visit us at the TADA Theatre in Lincoln's historic Haymarket. Call 438-TADA for tickets and see more on our website at tadatheater.info.
Put them in columns and leave them right there. The piece of
Welcome
Christmas Day.
Bill Maltus,
Bill
everybody,
Maltus.
right?
Welcome back.
Bill, what was that from? That's from Muppet
Yeah,
Christmas?
John Denver and the Muppets is where I know it
John
from,
Denver
but
and the
it's
Muppets.
actually it's a lot older than that. It's actually from like the 1960s.
I remember that.
Oh, that's old.
It's called The Peace Carol. It's really it's
Oh,
one of my favorites.
I used to love to watch John Denver and the Muppets, and then they had Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I love that one.
That was good. You remember that, Julie?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
But you know, I was
you are
watching a
missing
Muppet
it.
movie
It
once.
shows up every once in a while on Amazon Prime and Netflix and things. Emmett
does
Otter's
it?
Jug Band Christmas. Wonderful.
We can tell her that, Bill, but she's still not going to watch it.
That's all right.
Well, I watched a Muppet movie once, and the sound went out on my TV, and I still tried to read their lips and got lost. So I've always had trouble. What's true? That's a true story. Look at you.
That's good. That's good. I just remember Doc Hopper used to scare me. I'm
Yeah.
Doc Hopper, and he wanted to kill Kermit the Frog, and nothing was right about that. 12 years of therapy. You read their lips. That's quite funny. That's good. I knew if I gave you an hour, you'd get one. So that's good. Oh!
This is the kind of abuse I put up with. So we've decided I must just be the beauty on the stage. Yeah? There?
You know what
Thank
the
you.
problem has been, though? The microphones are switched. This one's the funny one. I'm just kidding. Julie and I are going to go out and get so hammered after this. It's going to be awesome.
If we only had pliers. If we
I
had
know a guy.
Oh, do you know a guy? Okay.
I know a guy. Actually, I don't, because every time I walk in, he tells me to leave. But you know what? Do you need any tires?
Not right now at this moment,
'Cause
but
I know a guy.
yeah. Do I get to keep them? I mean, do I have to give them back?
Wouldn't that be weird?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, walking in with your tire and it's all flat, treaded now, and you go, okay, I was able to buy a new one here, thanks. Doesn't work right. Something I have to
Oh,
figure
it'll
that
be
out.
weird. He'll go into transmissions and stuff. Let's bring out our next
Let's
musical
do
guest, shall we? You go
that.
for it.
All right. Well, the next musical guest we're having, beautiful singer into jazz. Please welcome Jackie Allen.
There's Jackie.
Jackie.
Have a seat.
You just look awesome. I love this. Yes. Wow. Very cool.
Thanks for being here, Jackie. We're lucky to have you. You look stylish.
What have you got? Oh, no.
Pliers.
This is your new CD.
Jackie Allen
the
has a new
gift.
CD, everybody, and I just got one. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
But you
can
just
get one,
released it. When did you release it? Just like
October.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's been out a couple
Awesome.
months.
Thank you so much.
So
This is
what,
awesome.
what's on the CD, Jackie?
Well, this is a little unique for me. It's my 12th. But that's not, I guess that makes it unique too, because there's never been a 12th before.
There you
but
go.
Also, what makes it unique is it's the first time I've done all originals.
Oh, wow.
So no standards on it, maybe future standards, we'll see. But they're also all written by my husband, and you'll hear him later this evening, bassist Hans Sturm, expressly for me.
Oh, that's
So
neat.
Oh
all
my
original music.
gosh.
Yep.
That's great.
So, yeah.
So
Wow.
they make good Christmas gifts. How do I get one? If you gave me one, but we can go on your website and get some, or is
Yeah,
there gonna
everyone
be
else
some-
will have to pay for them, but we'll have some here at the
After
show.
the show.
Otherwise,
Awesome.
you can go to anywhere where they sell CDs or CD Baby or even a JackieAllen.com website. You can find them.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
Jackie,
I
your
also have a
father,
holiday CD.
your father was a musician.
Yes.
Dixieland music.
Yeah, so I grew up hearing, boom,
Right.
Didn't realize, that I
He was
might-
implanting a seed.
Exactly. So I guess I have him to blame, and a pretty strong. Yeah, these chairs are very comfortable.
Aren't
Are they nice?
Like, oh,
Yeah.
I should just.
These are awesome
Where's the
chairs.
martini? That's the
Yeah.
Or yeah, this is really nice.
Who else
Yeah.
has influenced you as a musician?
Oh boy, I mean, when I first started listening to music, I was, influenced by everybody I heard on Top 40 radio, like everyone else, like the Beatles, and then, there was Elton John and Billy Joel, and then as I got more sophisticated, there were then people like Joni Mitchell, introduced to, and then as I got to know more jazz musicians, then there was people like Billie Holiday, and then the big ones like Ella Fitzgerald for me, when she improvised, and then people like, Tony Bennett, of course, Frank Sinatra, but my older sister had all the Barbra Streisand albums too, so I grew up listening to her and trying to sing along, and, it's like Bonnie Raitt, it was all over the place. Stevie Wonder, yeah, every single album, Earth, Wind, and Fire, you name it. So,
They
it
all
wasn't.
meld into you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't not. That speaks in you somewhere,
Mhm.
when you're singing. But, I try to be as much myself as I can. There's a famous quote from the Miles Davis, famous trumpet player, that says, "It takes a lot of years to sound like yourself, man."
That's awesome.
And that's true. That's true. I used to feel so honored and, flattered when someone would say, "Wow, you sound just like Nancy Wilson," or "You sound just like Billie Holiday." And now I feel the most flattered when someone says, "You don't sound like anybody but yourself.
right.
No one sounds like you. You have your own thing." That's like
That's
awesome.
cool.
for
That's
me.
where you snag
They
it.
may not like what I do, but it's like, you just don't sound like anyone else.
Listen, we can
You know.
relate to that. That's okay. Yeah. So.
If it wasn't jazz, Jackie, what else is in the style of music that you enjoy performing?
Besides jazz?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I like bluesy stuff. If I'm doing, say, I don't know, I don't get to do this as so often. For years I lived in Chicago, and we would do corporate parties on the weekends. So, and that's usually where the money is. The
Right.
jazz clubs pay you enough to do some of this stuff, but so I would have to do, pop covers, and that was fun to try to do it. Not that I ever got good at it, but
Well, you've toured a lot. What brought you to Lincoln?
Good question. My husband actually, 6 years ago, he took the position, the double bass here at UNL. So now he's head of the string area, and I get to hear
Came
a lot
along
of.
for the ride
I came along for the ride.
because he rented some tires.
Yeah, I heard that. Yes.
Get in the car.
I love working on Lincoln because it's the middle of the country and it doesn't take forever to go each direction,
it's
any
just
direction.
Beautiful
It's
here.
perfect.
Always a breeze.
Yeah.
Not too humid.
Yeah.
I grew up in Wisconsin. Boy, humid in the summers.
Yeah.
It's nice
Now,
here.
my wife and I have worked together in theater and in music together for 30 years.
Wow.
And some folks can't work with their significant others. Do you and your husband work well together?
Well, he's backstage. I'm sure he can hear me, so I should be careful. Let's just say we work together.
There we go.
He's back there holding a snake.
Yeah, right. He's like
This
trying
is
to
what
get
I
it to
came
straight.
for.
Oh yeah,
It's like-
we got to touch that snake back there, and it was amazing. Just wrapped around her
Yeah.
leg, and oh my God, that would feel really interesting.
I agree.
That would feel really interesting.
Yeah.
I was almost going to say
thinking.
awesome, but
Yeah.
It didn't feel at all like I thought it was going to feel. Yep.
I couldn't believe how strong it was.
I've never ever said that in front of people. Ever. That's the first time
I
I've
was
ever
going to
said
say,
that.
the snake felt the same way about you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's right.
You didn't feel like
Thank
he
you.
thought you were going to feel either. So.
That's like a joke, only smaller. That's good.
That's right.
That's good. Rod, Jackie Allen, talented Jackie Allen. She's not easy to get. You know, here she is.
Oh, so
we'll ask
lucky.
her question. We are.
Well, we
yeah,
talked
Jackie.
briefly backstage, and we were, as a performer, sometimes you go out there, and when you leave the stage, you just feel like, my goodness, not only did I hit a home run, I hit a grand slam. For whatever reason, the audience was into it. You, as a performer, really just had a great night. Is there a memorable evening that you will never forget, and where was it?
Boy, I've been doing this a while. And so I think some of the most memorable ones are firsts. So when I was just starting to do this professionally, I'd done it for a little while. I was living and working in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I had a good friend who was quite a bit older than me. She played jazz piano and spoke fluent French, and she went back and forth to Paris regularly. And I heard she was going to go, and I said, "Oh, I would love to go with you to Paris," because I was too afraid to go myself, and I'd had a couple semesters in college of French. So I met her over there, and of course she knew the jazz scene, and she takes me to one of these caves, they call it these caves. That's a jazz club that's underground, and because they have restrictions there about noise and drums and like at night, so people, because so many people living close by. And so there's this club that's underground. It's like Le Trois Meilleurs or some name like that. So anyway, we get down there and it's just packed full of people. And they have a number of different shows going on. But we walk in there and there's a trio on the stage playing. And this woman grabs my hand and she spots the owner there. She just drags me right up to the front by the stage to the owner and says, "This is my friend Jackie. She's a jazz singer from Chicago." So I'm close enough to Chicago. They wouldn't know where Milwaukee was, right? And he looks at me and he grabs me and he just puts me up on stage. Oh, jeez. And there's a trio up there, and I see on top of the piano there's one of these standard jazz fake books, and it's open to a tune. It's a fake book that I recognize. It was made here. And it's, I think, what was the tune? It was a standard, like some Billie Holiday standard. So I thought, okay, I recognize that. And I gave them what I thought we call, musicians have international symbols for things. So I thought, well, if they know this American jazz fake book, he would know that. So I wanted him to know what key I did it in, because I didn't know how to say, the E flat in French. So I signaled 3 flats, like three flats. And they look at me, and then they start playing it. They start playing it in the standard key, which is half an octave, as far away as you could possibly get from my key. Oh. And so I'm sitting there in front of a whole group of people that I don't know at all, and they're all thinking, "Oh, this is a great jazz singer from Chicago." And I'm start singing, what was it like, say if it was Lullaby of Birdland, and it's like, "Lullaby of Birdland, that's what I always hear when you sigh," and it was just awful, But it didn't sound that bad, but it would still sound jazzy, and I get a really, really fine applause, and so they let me do another one. I thought, okay, I'm not going to screw it up this time, so I call the easiest thing to sing a blues, like in B flat, and it was another blues, and then everybody loved it, and I was so excited, and the club owner says, "You must stay and have dinner, you cannot leave," and so they fed me and hung out and gave me drinks the whole night, and I just felt like a star. Oh. So that was
there you
awesome.
Go. We're going to hear Jackie sing right after this break. We welcome you back to Lincoln Late Night Live. You're in for a treat right here in our fabulous stage of Lincoln Late Night Live. Here's the one, the only, Jackie Allen, everyone.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Julie. This is the title track of our new CD, Rose-Fingered Dawn. I would say this is close as I get to rap, or I could say spoken word. So it's not all song. You're the cracks in the shadow where the light gets in. You're the sweet warm thrill that chills my skin. You're the light on the cliff over walls of mist. You're the rocks below. I can't resist. La la la. As silk spins into butterflies, my heart warms in the rays of your eyes. Bee to the blossom, lemming to the sea, the cry in the night cries out to me. Temptation, wine, linen white, desires blind, day is night. By the rose-fingered dawn, I'll be gone. 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 You're the light on the cliff over walls of mist. You're the rocks below. I can't resist. Bee to the blossom, lemming to the sea, the cry in the night
cries out to me. Temptation, wine, linen white, desires blind, day is night. By the rose-fingered dawn I'll be gone. By the rose-fingered dawn I'll be gone. By the rose-fingered dawn I'll be gone. By the rose-fingered dawn I'll be gone.
Mr. Tom Larson. Hans Sturm, author.
Nice
Wow.
job, Jackie Allen, everybody. How about that? Wow.
Thanks for having me.
Folks, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank
Absolutely
you.
wonderful.
How about a lot?
Thank you
Give me
so
that
much.
CD right there.
Oh, here we go. Oops.
I'll let you switch back there, William. And
There you go.
boy, man, nice job. Come here, Jackie. Yes. That was worth it. Wasn't that worth the price of admission right there? One
That
more
was
time.
beautiful.
How do they get this? Because you're going to sell this after the show, right?
Oh, yes. You can get it on Amazon, iTunes, JackieAllen.com. You can go to the website.
This one's mine. Stocking
That
stuffer.
one's yours.
Thank you very much.
Rose-fingered
Is that
dawn.
good? Well,
Thank you so much.
And look, you did a great job too. Yes,
Yeah,
and
both of
Tom,
you.
thank you, my
Brilliant.
friend.
Yeah.
Good job.
He and Bessie. I don't think
That
you've
was-
ever named her.
That was lovely. Thanks so much for being on.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of our guests. Julie, gosh, we had a great time. We hope you
did.
did too, you guys.
Thank
That was
you.
great fun.
We had fun.
Round of applause, if you would, for, well, we're going dark here. Where are we
Come
going
back to
dark
the
for?
light.
We're in the wrong queue here.
Oh, there
she
we
goes.
go. We're
She's already
back.
shut down. I don't know what she's doing back there. We want to thank you. How about a round of applause, John Chapo, everybody. John Chapo.
Chapo.
Lyn Leach. Michael Tully.
Jackie Allen.
And Jackie Allen. How about that?
Bill and
Rod
Ron.
Fowler, Bill Maltus. Hans, thank you. Tom. Everybody, thanks
And
for
the
being
entire
here.
crew. The entire crew.
I'm Bob.
I'm Bernie. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody.